And that means it's time for football at Lumen Field. Coming up, we've got what should prove to be a good one in the NFC, as it'll be the San Francisco 49ers taking on the Seattle Seahawks.
Here's the former Florida Gator, Eddie Pinheiro, to get us started. And off we go from Seattle.
And they will wrangle him down a couple of yards shy of the 30.
So out come the Seahawks now for their first possession.
Commanding the offense will be the highly touted USC product, Sam Darnold.
This guy's leadership is so important to how this offense functions. He doesn't shrink from any moments on game day, and everything he does with confidence. He sets the example in practice, off the field, and is the guy leading everyone out for each possession.
Darnold looking to start with a pass.
And incomplete to open things up.
They certainly thought he had an open look beyond the first down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
2nd and 10.
Back to throw, Darnold. Over the middle, complete. That's Walker. And give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34.
Makes it 3rd and 4.
And they'll look to avoid an early 3 and out here on 3rd and 4.
First carry here for Kenneth Walker, the 3rd.
Oh, Walker showing the power.
He may go.
And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle.
Kenneth Walker, 65 yards. And the Seahawks need just 3 plays to go down and take the early lead.
We see this a lot on 3rd and short yardage, especially down here in the red zone. They're going to sell out to stop the run, try and hold them to a field goal. But once the running back gets past the first wave, the resistance can evaporate after that. And he not only picks up the first, but he takes it all the way into the end zone.
Jason Myers now for the extra point. And this will give the Seahawks a 7-0 lead.
Makes the score Seahawks 7.
The drive there only spanning 3 plays.
And it was Kenneth Walker finishing things off with a touchdown run.
And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away.
Now he brings us out past the 20 to the 24.
So here's the first drive now for the 49ers. And leading them out, their signal caller, now in his 4th season in the NFL.
And I'll bet he's talking to his guys about resisting the temptation to try and turn this into an up-and-down game, almost like basketball, where both teams press, and one team gets an advantage, the other team's trying to run with them, and they're just not equipped for it. Doesn't matter whether you're equipped or not. Just settle in, get calm before you go for the big strikes.
Here's the Pro Bowler, Christian McCaffrey.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard. Purdy on the sneak. And he is going to have a 49ers first down, maybe by about a yard as they find a way to convert on 3rd and inches.
I don't know about you, but I like this call. 3rd and inches, and instead of worrying about getting it back to a running back and maybe there's some penetration from the defensive front, just go ahead and take it, move forward, and pick up the first down.
And as we say often, shows confidence in your offensive line. From the shotgun to McCaffrey. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
2nd down and right back to McCaffrey.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. A gain of 10 and a 49er first down.
Absolutely love the run right there. This guy's known for his quickness, but also for his speed. He's able to get to the 2nd level almost before you blink if you give him any type of blocking. Always talk about slot receivers, and they're usually known as quicker than fast. In this case, we've got a guy who's quick and fast, and he used it to great advantage.
And a good push there defensively as they stop him at the 48. Gain of just 1.
You've got to be impressed by the defensive front on reps like those. They were not being moved off the line, kept their shoulders square, and gave their teammates time to fight to the ball, then limit that gain.
From the 48-yard line, here's the 2nd and 8. Now Purdy. Open man is Kendrick Bourne. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks' 38-yard line. 13 yards there and a Niner first. We got to like what you're seeing from this offense here on the first drive. A nice, sustained series to begin the game, and it will continue after picking up another first there.
Would you say the word methodical comes to mind? I love the execution. I love what they're doing on this drive. They're controlling the ball, controlling the game, controlling the clock.
And a good stiff arm there before he's brought down on a nice little game. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that'll give him a short yardage situation here for 2nd down.
Throwing here, Purdy. Connects with Kittle underneath.
And out of bounds right around the 20. What a methodical drive this is turning out to be. That time 9 yards, and the sticks move again.
Well, they clearly wanted to come out, Charles, and be aggressive throwing the football, and they've been pretty efficient along with that aggressiveness. He's now 4 of 4 on this opening drive.
Yeah, and that's led to a fresh set of downs. I like what he's doing back there. You can tell he's at ease, feels good about what he's doing. I think if I'm the play caller, I'm reading that and continuing to let him throw the football.
Call it a gain of a yard, and that'll make it 2nd down. And forget about the run to set up the pass. They're just coming out throwing.
Forget trying to set anything up. They feel like they have the advantage. They feel like they have the matchups, and they're just attacking right now.
Yep, going to the air on the opening drive.
From the 20, here's the 2nd and 9.
McCaffrey on the counter. And once again, not much running room, if any at all. Calling no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd down.
On that play, it was the defensive front that won the battle. They out-leveraged the offensive line, got into the backfield, and held them to no gain.
Still needing 10 yards. Now it's 3rd down. Out of the gun, Purdy.
And he's going to go down. Back at the 27-yard line. He's sacked. And the defense coming through on 3rd down. A loss of 7 to bring up 4th.
We always talk about how teams are so competitively matched and you just want to make those plays that give you an advantage. How about right here? The difference between letting them score a touchdown versus holding them to a field goal, that's absolutely huge with the play he just made.
And you know he hated taking the loss there on third down. Now for the field goal try, here's Eddie Pinheiro. This from 44 yards out, left hash.
And this is up and good from Pinheiro.
And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3.
So both teams come away with points on their opening drives. Now they still trail. They answered the touchdown with a field goal, but at least able to break that goose egg here early.
And that is what's important, right? Because they didn't let that initial touchdown go unanswered. Took the ball themselves, moved it downfield, and put it through the post for 3 points. Game on.
After the field goal, on to kick it away is Pinheiro.
And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. In motion goes the tight end. Darnold now to throw. Now he'll tuck this and run. And he'll slide to a halt here. Still a little shy of the first down marker. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down. After 1, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. Second quarter now from Seattle, and it is the Seahawks with the football here as they are looking at a 2nd and 5 situation. Here's Darnold.
Setting up the screen here. This is Walker.
They follow up the gain of 5 by only getting 1 there on 2nd down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
3rd and 4. And Shaheed going to go in motion.
From the gun on 3rd down, here's Darnold.
He'll try and do this himself.
And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble.
1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Certainly not a positive sign if you're the D coordinator and you see your guys give up that space so early in the game. 3rd down, that's when the clamps are supposed to come out. But his ability to create things with his legs makes things difficult.
Walker now on 1st and 10.
And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. A tale of two extremes. First carry, he went for a bundle. His second goes backward.
And how many times have we seen that happen? Because you get that big carry, and you come back and you're all fired up, and sometimes you force a run a little bit, right? Trying to break off that big carry again, and instead it works opposite.
Connecting with Kupp here on the out route.
And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. It's the first catch of the game for Kupp, and he's got a first down.
But it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route, and what you have to do on that one is a receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing, and they got it done.
Up the middle they run. It's Walker.
And that one opened up for him well as he'll take this down to the 26-yard line. 80 yards rushing for him now on just his first 3 carries.
I'm not sure how much more evidence they need, partner, than to understand that if they don't start to slow him down, it's going to be a long afternoon here at the stadium because he is just shredding them at this point. And let's face it, coming into the game, they knew he would be the focal point of their attack. This is going to take an 11-man unit on the defensive side to start making plays.
That was play number 7 on this drive, and it got him 7 yards.
Completion was given up, but that's why you play zone defense, so that you can have people around the ball when it's caught, and you don't give up much run after the catch.
Now 2nd and 3. Up the middle, here's Walker. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
Now Darnold keeps it. And he is going to have a Seahawks first down. At least it would appear that way. He didn't get it by much, but yes, they do get the conversion on 3rd and 1.
First and 10 at the
They pick it up on 3rd and 1 on the quarterback sneak, and that's not easily done because there are extra bodies in there on the defensive side, and they're moving forward at the snap.
Yeah, I was certainly expecting a handoff, weren't you?
Yeah, I totally was. I thought they'd go with it back, maybe try and get a lead blocker in front. But as you talk about in different games, those guys with confidence in their offensive line, they just want to move forward and get it.
Only a yard on the keeper, and it'll be 2nd down. Out of the shotgun, here's Darnold.
And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down.
It's now 3rd down.
This is certainly a team that has proven it likes to target its backs through the air, and defensively, they were aware of that and certainly were prepared on that throw.
They're 2 for 2 on 3rd down conversions on this drive. This one tough. They need 9 yards on 3rd down. To throw is Darnold.
He'll try and do this himself.
And he's going to come up well shy of the first here as the tackle's made right around the 12. He opted to go with a scramble, gets 2 yards, and now it's 4th.
Two minutes to play in this first half. 7-3, our score.
On comes the Seahawk kicker here on 4th down. It's Jason Myers. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. Myers' kick is good. And they push the lead up to a touchdown now at 10-3.
So a nice kick there as they add 3 to the lead.
And from what I've seen so far, Brandon, I think they've been the better of the two teams here in the first half. So even though you want the touchdown, I think that's a nice job there to put 3 points on the board.
Myers now converted on the field goal try. Now he's on to kick it away.
Well, a dangerous return man showing it here. And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34.
Back out there comes the 49ers offense ready for their 2nd drive. Just a lone field goal for them so far, trailing 10-3 as they come up 1st and 10. They start on the ground with McCaffrey. And he'll get this only up to about the 35. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much.
Purdy from the gun. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up third down.
I know at times people think we use it too often, but you've got to be able to throw guys open. And when you read zone, you've got to stick it in there before your receiver gets to the next guy in the zone. Otherwise, you bring him into the play.
And that's precisely what allowed that defense to disrupt the pass. Over the middle, that's complete to McCaffrey. Oh, an absolutely filthy juke. He's got some space now. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts, as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down.
It's a gain of 23 yards. First down, San Francisco.
Here's Purdy. They'll give this to Jennings over the middle.
It'll be a gain of 5, and it's second down.
I think as he began this throw, you saw that the area was congested, but he has a lot of confidence in his arm, and he fits that one in there nicely to pick up the catch. Not much yardage afterwards.
Here's 2nd and 5 now from the 37. Going quickly there, but it's incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass.
Purdy will look to throw again here. Able to find the open man. That's complete.
And he gets it down a yard or two shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds.
Would it be safe to say that as precise as routes are supposed to be run in the NFL, maybe they're not quite as precise in college ball?
That's accurate, yeah.
And I think we saw a college route in the NFL there. Just find the soft spot, find the dead zone, and find the first down. And that's what he just did.
And he finds a little bit of room, enough for 4 yards. It'll be second down.
Now another timeout called for by the offense, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half.
Second down and 6 now. Back to throw, Purdy.
This is Jennings.
6 yards to pick up, and that's a first down.
A gain of 6. That's another 49er first down. It's a gain of 6. First down, San Francisco.
Purdy will set up to throw it here. Now right to Bourne.
Now the Niners going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout, as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1.
17-yard line.
Now a 2nd and 6. Purdy now to throw. That is incomplete.
I'm really liking what I'm seeing from this defense because their coverage has been played at a shutdown level so far. Even backed up late, they're forcing incompletions and fighting to keep them out of the end zone as the first half winds down.
So on 3rd down, the field goal unit will come out as they'll try to get 3 before half. From the right hash, just a 34-yard attempt. The kick by Pinheiro is good, and that'll bring them back within 4.
So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
So time enough for a kickoff here. 5 seconds remaining in this first half. This fielded right at the goal line. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
On the return, the Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The final second ticks by, and that's going to do it for the first half of play. So halftime here out west, let's go east. That's where we find Scott Hansen with our EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Brandon, thanks much. Scott Hansen, good to be with you from the Orlando EA Sports Studios with an abridged halftime report. This one shaping up to be a tight one, as evidenced by the scoreboard. Both these teams playing it close to the vest in the first half. What will happen in the second half? Let's find out as we send it back to the stadium and our commentary team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Scott, we thank you as always, and we'll see what happens here in the second half. Both teams trying to find the right formula to come out with the victory. The 49ers going to have the football and trailing on the scoreboard as we get back underway on EA Sports. And he won't quite make it to the 25. Here comes the 49ers offensive unit as they'll have it first to begin this third quarter. This is a game, Charles, that's been fairly starved for offense. Really not much in that first half. We'll see if they can get something going here as we look toward the third quarter.
And not just a chance to finally get a little more offense going, but to erase that small deficit they currently trailed by. I think they'd send a pretty powerful message to the opposite sideline if they drive it right down the field coming out of the half.
Starting the second half with a run by McCaffrey. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
Just need a yard here. 2nd and 1. In motion, the tight end. Another run with McCaffrey on 2nd down. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A gain of 10 and a 49er first down.
First downs have not come easy, and neither have runs like this throughout this game.
Absolutely not. He finally felt like, whoa, a sigh of relief. We got something going in the running game. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. They stay on the ground. McCaffrey again. That's a pretty strong running there as he'll take this across the 50 and down to the 44. And we're going to stop play here, at least momentarily. It looks like there is a 49er who's in some discomfort. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. Now this time they'll throw it. Here's Purdy. And that one too wide and incomplete.
Nice progress down the field was halted by that incompletion. They could try for some safe yards here to get things moving again, or keep throwing it and pushing it downfield to try and pick up bigger yardage.
Here's 2nd and 10. Shotgun now with Purdy. That's complete to Pearsall. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
It's a gain of 4. Brings up 3rd and 6.
The first down line at the 34 here on 3rd down. Purdy. Oh, he'll look downfield for Kittle. And this is caught inside the 5. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3.
That's the kind of play this offense desperately needed. They've got to be saying, our defense has kept us in the ball game. We're down, but we're certainly not out. And maybe that was the spark that they've been searching for.
Once more, Purdy looking to throw. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. And he's able to break out a 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there at 2nd down.
Oh, partner, just a second earlier, and they might have had him because they certainly thought they were going to close in and drop him behind the line of scrimmage, but he had just enough time to dodge the pressure, and he ends up getting yardage before being stopped.
McCaffrey will get into the end zone for a 49er touchdown.
San Francisco.
Boy, we talk a lot about Christian McCaffrey and what he can do in the open field, and it's easy to gloss over how tough he can be to stop near the goal line. And he shows you just how tough he is on that carry as he takes it into the end zone.
Eddie Pinheiro now for the extra point. And this one's right there, and that pushes the lead to 13-10. So that one an 8-play drive. It spans 75 yards. And the last play on the drive, the touchdown run from Christian McCaffrey. Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. Now we'll see what this Seahawks offense has in store with their first possession of the second half. And, Charles, it feels like we're set up for a good second half here. Came out of the locker room, 1-score game. Now the lead has already changed hands. Well, this offense, they've got an opportunity right now to take that lead right back.
Yeah, and it feels like you're going back and forth almost a little bit like a tennis match, right? And we're just, our heads just keep moving. Which side has it? Which side's going to score? How are they going to go out doing it? A little bit of a challenge for each side trying to match each other.
Throw out wide to Walker. He's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
Here's a 2nd and 5. They'll give it up to the big man Walker. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 96 yards rushing for him now, and he's carried the ball just 5 times. Well, we've seen him break off a big run already in this game, and for a second, that one looked like it might be another.
Yeah, I think that any defense would say, look, we can't let him get to the second level because sometimes he'll break off the big run on his own, but oftentimes you get additional blocking at the second level, which gets you deeper into the secondary.
Yeah, it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. They'll go for a gain of 7. And that's going to bring up 2nd down. Well, that's always a good place to throw it just because he's one of the biggest targets not only on this team but in the National Football League.
And you and I both know the quarterbacks love these large-bodied tight ends, and why not? Nowadays, they're really wide receivers who are just taller and have a little bit more weight. These guys catch the football, make big plays downfield. In the old days, we wanted them to block. Now coaches want them to catch the football first.
That one, a first down pickup of 8.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
And he works his way free all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone. That'll pick up the first down for Seattle on a gain of 18.
Seahawks, first down.
He continues to be effective running the football, a big reason that they have the lead.
And I love one of the quotes that I read about him where he said of himself, "I love it when a team just hops on my back and I just carry them along."
Darnold. Smith and Jigba with the grab. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And they'll have a 2nd and 1 forthcoming.
That's tough to play zone defense when they can just curl up right there in front of you.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we talk about finding the soft spot. Defensively, how do you make sure they don't find the soft spot like they did there?
Tough to do, because what they normally will do is run routes that'll pull you out of that spot.
And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Ken Walker, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Seahawks have retaken a 3rd-quarter lead. So a toss play there does the trick as he's into the end zone.
And you don't run this unless you're sure you've got a guy who has the speed who can get to the edge, because what you're hoping for him to win the race to the corner and turn it upfield to the end zone.
Now Myers for the extra point. And that will make this a 4-point game. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told. And it was Ken Walker finishing things off with a touchdown run. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. Oh, a nifty juke there.
Not much fun for a guy trying to tackle it.
And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. The 49ers offense making its way back out there. It seized the lead there for a little bit with a starting drive in the 3rd quarter, but a moment ago, the touchdown that puts them back behind.
So their defense is under siege a little bit right now because they have not able to solve their opponents. So they've got to keep hammering away on offense and try and win this one in what appears to be a shootout.
They'll try to get the running game going with McCaffrey. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Jennings. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. It'll go as a gain of 4. 3rd and 7 now. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Seattle, Washington. It's 49er football, but some ground to cover. They find themselves behind as we hit the 4th and final quarter. Purdy looking to throw. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. A big play there on the catch and run. 35 yards.
First down. It's a gain of 35. And a 49er first down.
They made that way too easy for them. No one is supposed to be that open against an NFL defense. Once he caught the ball, there wasn't anybody close enough to stop him, and he was able to continue downfield after making the catch.
On first down, this is McCaffrey.
An excellent job of finding the opening as he's got this now all the way down to the 22. 63 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 13 times.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
They'll send the big tight end in motion right. Back to the ground on first. It's McCaffrey. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Here's 2nd and 7. Now Purdy.
Got his man complete over the middle. It's Jennings. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. This drive, it's been a good mix. 3 passing plays, 3 runs, hitting on all 3 of those passes, and the last one putting him in the red zone.
So wouldn't you think play action right here? Because you've got the ability and had the ability to run it and throw it. Go play action and take your shot at the end zone.
Throwing here, Purdy.
Got a man right side, it's McCaffrey. And this play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back to the 15. This will wind up a loss on the play. And that's going to make it 4th down.
Well, Brandon, we could see that play developing, and they were hoping that he was going to be able to put a move on the first guy and turn it into a big play. But no such luck. The speed on defense continues to get better and better in the NFL. Pretty nice example there of those guys being able to run from their assignments and finish off that play.
And he is caught. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. 4th down, trailing in the 4th quarter. They felt compelled to go for it, and they got it.
Ryan looked down at my play sheet, and what I would find, plays have been successful throughout the game that have worked at the distance you need, and that's exactly what they got done.
Purdy now to throw off the play action. Now a quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete.
It's a tried and true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, that's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he's since being hurried. He got rid of it before taking the hit, but incomplete.
Again, it's Purdy to throw it.
Over the middle to Tonjes, the tight end. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. Back to throw again. They'll set up the screen to McCaffrey. And he goes backwards on this one. Losing yardage to the 7. It'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And that'll bring up 4th down.
It looked like the defense, they were ready for that one.
Really left him almost no room to work after catching the ball. He could throw every move in the book at him. They were there, and they tackle him for a loss.
1 score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And it's complete. In the end zone. Touchdown, 49ers.
Juwan Jennings
From 6 yards away.
And the 49ers answer back with a touchdown of their own to take a 4th quarter lead.
Well, that's about as quick of a passing touchdown as you'll ever see right there.
Everyone has a section in their playbook called the quick game. That was a super quick game. Out of the hands of the thrower, bam, right to the receiver, successfully for a touchdown.
How in-depth is that quick game part of the playbook?
It's pretty in-depth because people want the ball in the hands of the quarterback into the playmaker's hands, downfield as fast as possible. There are a lot of plays, a lot of options involved with that.
Piñeiro's extra point up and good.
And that gives him a 3-point lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Piñeiro to kick it off.
And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. This offense and their running back headed back onto the field. And he has put in a full game's work and then some. Just an incredible performance on the ground to this point in the fourth quarter. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And they will be looking to answer the touchdown their defense just surrendered. Still a good chunk of time remaining here in the fourth quarter and a chance to regain the lead in a tight one.
Well, there wasn't much there with that hitch route. They didn't gain what they expected. But sometimes when you call a hitch, you really don't have an alternate to go to. You don't have a second route to throw it to. So sometimes you have to rifle in there and hope for the best.
Out of the shotgun, here's Darnold. And be taken in by Shaheed.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down.
Less than 2 to play with just a field goal separating these two sides. Now Darnold.
And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end.
It drives some people crazy to see those short throws underneath. They've got to find a way to gash the defense downfield.
At the Niners' 47-yard line.
Here comes second down at 5. Darnold to throw. And that throw behind his man. He missed him. Incomplete.
He was unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark really start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is he just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
Here's Darnold.
Oh, and a heck of an effort there as he'll make the diving catch.
Pardon me, got to like what they're doing right there. Little by little, they're getting closer. Another good pickup.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line.
Plenty of time. All 3 timeouts still remain. Here's 1st and 10 now. Looking for Cooper Kupp again. 2 in a row.
Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game.
1st and 10 at the 18-yard line.
Here's 1st and 10. Darnold. And complete to Smith-Njigba.
Sometimes it's hard to figure, but you can live with incompletions in this situation. You can't live with these short gains that take time off the clock.
You know who loves it? This defense.
At the 15-yard line.
They'll come up now on 2nd down.
Darnold now to throw. His throw caught right around the 6. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts as the clock will stop with 33 seconds remaining.
For a tight end, he's got good straight line speed, and on that route, He's often the guy that gets overlooked. Nice job there finding him in stride for really good yardage.
Here's 1st and goal. Now Darnold. He takes it across for the touchdown, and they've taken the lead late in the final minute of the fourth. Wow. What an outstanding drive right there to take the lead, and also, Charles, didn't leave their opposition with a whole lot of time on the clock.
Yeah, I like the way that you're viewing this because they did a tremendous job to put themselves in a position to win, but they can't celebrate just yet. They've got to clamp down on any big plays and force them to use up those timeouts without making any headway.
Myers connects on the PAT, and that will make this a 4-point game. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. And able to get this out to the 25. So Purdy and the Niners down 24-20, 25 seconds remaining. They've got to travel the full 75 yards, and time is obviously a huge factor here. 1st and 10. Purdy to throw. This is Jennings. And he's going to pick up a 1st down here as that clock continues to run. Now a timeout called for by the offense, as the clock will stop with an even 20 seconds left to go.
And a 49er 1st down.
Two timeouts still in their back pocket. It's 1st and 10. Here's Purdy. Connects with Kittle underneath. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Now San Francisco going to call their 2nd timeout. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this 4th quarter of play.
1st down, 49ers.
This is 1st and 10. To throw is Purdy. The same target, same result. It's Kittle. And now the Niners going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout, as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in the football game.
40-yard line.
Here's 2nd down. Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. A bit of a jump there, CD. He breaks the line, and that'll be 5 yards.
And you've got to stay more disciplined than that, Brandon. That's just a free gift to the offense.
This offense cannot stop the clock now. No timeouts remaining as they come up here 1st down. And that's to the left sideline and incomplete.
And not a common sight, at least on this drive. A momentary setback, though, for this passing game that has been moving well this series. Good thing for them, though. Still 2 more downs to connect and try and pick up another 1st down.
They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. Throwing, Purdy. This for all the marbles. And that one incomplete, but now a penalty flag coming in late. That might be PI. So the defense helping him out a little bit here late in the 4th.
Yeah, and you're exactly right. And when you're the one doing the chasing, You'll take a little help from the other guys, won't you?
Touchdown! Kendrick Bourne finding the end zone on the game's final play.
And the 49ers have moved out in front here in the fourth quarter. So no shortage of offense in this game, but a very clean game too, Charles. Each side got its points, but they did so without committing a single turnover.
That's so true, and it certainly felt like NFL football at its finest, right? You talk about the highest level for both.